Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Have you ever picked up a box and felt like your brain just totally glitched on how heavy it was supposed to be? Maybe you thought a big box would be heavy, but it turned out to be light as a feather, or a small compact object surprised you by being incredibly dense. We call these size-weight illusions, and they are basically a trick our brains play on us because we have certain expectations about how objects should behave. But what if there is more going on than just the size of the box? For a long time, researchers have looked at the Koseleff illusion. Imagine you have a box and you put another object on top of it. Koseleff discovered that when you lift these two boxes as one, they often feel lighter than if you had just lifted a single box with the same total weight. For years, people thought this was all about our eyes playing tricks on us because we see a bigger volume and wrongly guess that it must be heavier. But the researchers Yuta, Naito, and Yousuke Kawachi thought that maybe we were missing something important. Maybe it isn't just about what we see, but about something more physical, like where the center of gravity is located inside the objects we are lifting. To figure this out, they decided to test the illusion when you cannot see the boxes at all. They gathered a group of students, and instead of letting them see the boxes, they had them perform the test with their eyes closed. They built special boxes containing iron sand that allowed them to change the center of gravity without changing the total weight, and they compared these to plain boxes where the weight was distributed evenly. If the illusion only happened because of our eyes, it should vanish entirely when we close them, right? But that is not what happened. When the researchers looked at the data, they found something truly interesting. People were making errors in judging which box was heavier, and those error rates were much higher for the boxes where the center of gravity had been manipulated. Specifically, boxes with a lower center of gravity tended to feel heavier. Even when the students could not see the boxes, the illusion persisted. That tells us that our brain is not just processing visual information when we estimate weight. We are using a complex internal simulation that accounts for the balance and stability of the object in our hand. So, what does this actually mean for you in the real world? Think about the last time you bought a product with a premium feel. Often companies will add weighted bases to high-end electronics or coffee mugs to make them feel more substantial or higher quality. Our brains interpret that lower center of gravity as a sign of something that is solid, stable, and valuable. This study shows that this perception is not just a marketing trick for our eyes, but a fundamental way our grip and tactile senses process the physical world. However, this study also had some limitations. The objects were still fairly small, like something you would hold in your palm. We do not know for sure if those massive heavy gym weights would act the same way, or if the feeling changes as we get into much higher weight categories. In my opinion, this research is a fantastic reminder that when we perceive the world, we are not just passive receivers of information, we are active observers constantly running internal models of how things should behave. The fact that closing our eyes actually made people better at discriminating weight shows that our vision can sometimes be a massive distraction in sensory tasks. It is effectively a source of noise that drowns out our delicate touch sensors. This opens up doors for future studies to look at how we design tools or interfaces to be more intuitive by accounting for non-visual cues. If you found this look into how our brains pull a fast one on us interesting, hit that like button and share this with someone who is always misjudging the weight of things. What do you think? Have you ever noticed that a product feels higher quality just because it felt balanced in your hand? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell to stay updated with the latest in the fascinating world of human psychology. Thanks for watching, and stay curious.